You might not even. And the same people that try to discourage you, and the same individuals that try to prevent you from becoming, or the same individuals that might try to that put a damper on your whole ability and your agility. It has never been about the money. It has never really been about the overall value. It's been about the value mindset that one individual might have through hearing what I got to say. So at the same time, if I just touch one individual, if I altered one person's life to become better, to be transformed from a caterpillar to a butterfly, if I've done anything of that sort, then guess what? I've done my. Don't let nobody talk you out of your divine destiny. Don't let nobody talk you out of your legacy. Talk of the money that you could have made. Maybe it's not about the money. Maybe it's not about the income. Maybe it's not about monetary value. Maybe it's about the whole essence. Maybe it's about. I say maybe it's about. Did you hear me? Maybe. Maybe it's just about the essence of who you are and why you move the way why you have you know. So since I'm here, I am since I am your thought provoking specialist, since I am your health conscious coach, since I am your I'm not gonna allow throw a monkey wrench in what I think. This might be destiny's might just be legacy hinder. It will hinder your legacy by saying words that they feel as though is constructive criticism, but you might take it as a devaluing of who you are in the. And so at the same time, if you know who you are and you're solid with who you are and you are, in tune with who you are and you are in alignment of who you are and you have a deeper understanding of the value portrayed into the atmosphere, then you don't let anybody speak in your life that will hinder, stagnate, and or prevent you from becoming all that the creator of all things has designed you to become. She even says something about, all you talk about is the creator of all things. Oh, there it's a platform for that. So at the same time, since I'm here, did you hear me, sir? I say so at the same time, since I'm here, since I don't have no other choice but to be here, since I've been called and or chosen to be here, I might as well do what I've been called and chosen to do. In the mind of individuals that might hear this podcast, might hear my voice, and might hear my energy. for whatever reason, they stop and stop strolling. You know what I said? Strolling. They stop strolling. You heard me. Y'all know I can pronounce my ST. But anyway, I'm here to let you know, don't let anyone talk you out of your destiny. Just like they are energy vampires, they might be energy zappers, destiny zappers that will zap you from your essence of who you are and what you've been called to do. To allow it to operate within your authentic self, sir. Did you hear me? And since we know that 2026, we are not drifting, we're actually intentionally shifting. And at the same time, we might just have to make that shift. Listen, you might not even have a you might have to go on and transform your life. You might have to operate within your authentic self and own your own narrative. Own the narrative by which you are ended up in the position that you're in at this moment. So I don't know. All I know, you don't have the ability to walk in your power by staying in a petty mindset. I say you don't have the ability to walk all the way in your power by staying in a petty mindset. Keep on operating your offense, showing up to your assignment. And maybe I'm talking to myself right now. Keep showing up for your assignment. This assignment doesn't have anything to do with anybody else outside of you. The assignment that has been placed on your life has nothing to do with anyone else outside of you. So at the same time, you'll sit here and listen to everybody else do their thing. And before it's all over said and done, you allow them to drip you over your assignment into theirs. All I'm telling you to do is stay focused. All I'm asking you to do is don't throw in the towel. All I'm asking you to do is not give up and never quit. And another thing that was said is, "Oh, you done been doing that for 3 years and you getting money off of that already." How about it might take me 4 fifths or my fifth or sixth? How about that, sir? How about it might take my 4 years in order for the money to come forward? So now I done heard this person say this over my life, and I almost didn't show up. I almost became discouraged. I almost didn't sit here for the assignment. And I laid back in my bed for a second. I'm like, wait a minute. Hold up. What voice here? What voice are you going to adhere to? What voice will you eventually have to succumb to? Since the power, ooh, since the power that I have within myself, since I know who I am and whose I am, since I don't have no other choice because my very existence on this earth might be just a predicated understanding in the front of the mind of the people. Maybe that's my purpose. Maybe this is a purpose-filled destiny. Maybe because I'm no longer drifting and I'm shifting. Maybe I'm not walking in my petty, but I'm walking in my power. Maybe I gotta shift some things. So maybe that word that came on that lip so easily from that individual, maybe that was the turning point by which I view that person. So since I'm here, since I'm on assignment, since I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr., your thought-provoking specialist, and your health conscious coach, and I'm your intellectual content creator. I'm also your podcast professor. So create a new design. Did you hear me, sir? I say you might as well go ahead and design power of your thought, power of your mind. Create a new design. Create. Maybe this is a rebirthing for me. Maybe I needed this. Maybe that's exactly what I needed was because maybe I needed to hear that from her. Maybe the creator of all things sent her my way to see what voice will you listen to? What voice will you adhere to, sir? The individual that's on the same horizontal level as you? Or will you listen to that vertical voice that superior being voice, that voice that you know that you're gonna have to eventually get an account? So I chose the vertical over any horizontal voice that I might hear in this earth that's on the same wavelength that I am, which means you're on the same vibrational wavelength, which means you are a human being. Spiritual housed in the body that possesses the soul. You will let one of those type of persons just like you are become your God or your savior or your master or your king, and then you will take what they said and then dismantle everything that you know the creator has told you. I probably be on this earth too much longer. And my feet seat as a test. You know, in order to get to the testimony part, you gotta go first four letters of that word, TEST. In order to have a message, my brother, ooh, hey sis, in order to have a message, hey kings in the earth, in order to have a message, you might have to go through the mess in order to have a message. And so at the same time, since I'm here, since I have been called, and since I have been chosen, even in the midst of my flaws, my failures, and my frailties, even in the midst of all the things that I might be shortcoming of, I still showed up. In spite of what was said, that shows me that the resiliency by which I stand in has nothing to do with anybody else. It has everything to do with because delayed still is. I said delayed obedience is still disobedience. So since I'm here, since I gotta stand, and since I gotta serve humanity through their minds, did you hear me? I say since I have to stand, and since I've been called and chosen to stand, and since I gotta serve humanity through their thoughts, and even if I don't get a dime, I pay into the atmosphere by which that person's mind might be. Ooh-wee, that might be worthy of more than any monetary value that might even come from me standing every day. Just the mere fact of the matter. I'm here, I know, talk to all the dreamers. I'll talk to every go-getter in the earth. I'll talk to every hustler, every winner, every individual that have enough ambition to just start the process. All you got to do is start it. So since I'm creating a new design through the power of my mind, then I might as well pour this out into your thoughts, pour this out into the atmosphere that any individual that I might drop these golden nuggets that will come through this podcast might be 5, 10, 15 years. Might not even be based on the individual level by which I am right now. So I'm gonna encourage you to continue to be a champion. You hear me, sir? I'm gonna encourage you to continue to still be a champion. I didn't want to say champion. A champion. You be that champion. So at the same time, I'm gonna stand right here. All the compassion, high vibrations, with all the bravery that it's gonna take for me to stand in spite of. I don't care about the money. The money will come through your obedience, sir. The money will come when you start the process, man. It ain't about the money. Don't never let it be about the money. But that means you could be bought with a price. Did you hear me, sir? I said, if you let it be about the money, that means somebody could come and get your, yeah, they can buy your soul. Then. See? You make it be about the money, you're going to take the head. So at the same time, with all the highest vibrations by which I can come, with every brave bone in my body, with every honest bone in my body, with all the compassion and courage that I have to stand here this morning, in spite of what a person said, I still showed up for the assignment. I didn't let anything that's low vibrational, such as fear, anxiety, stress, pain, grief, jealousy, rage, shame, guilt. I ain't letting none of those lowest vibrational aspects come and overtake me to the point that I would not do what the creative all things has called me. Since I am, since this is ministry for the mind, I might as well talk to your mind from a ministerial perspective. I don't even call it. I might just, maybe this is spiritual psychology. There's a such thing as spiritual psychology, sir. So maybe this is spiritual psychology. Maybe this is what I offer the mind of every individual that may hear me. It has a spiritual connotation, but it's psychological. Did you hear me, sir? And so it's psychological. Maybe this is spiritual psychology that I'm supposed to deliver a word every morning to every individual out of my voice. Take time out of their busy schedule. Since this is spiritual psychology, since you know that we're going to eventually have to look at the dynamics of your mind and create a new design through the thoughts of your mind, transformation, transfiguration. Since I'm here, and since I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr., since I am your thought-provoking specialist, I am on assignment, since I have been called, chosen to do this, I don't have any other option. So maybe this is spiritual psychology. Maybe I have to say what needs to be said. Nobody else can say it the way I do it. I'm the only fingerprint in the earth that can do it this way. So thank y'all for chiming in with this. Thank y'all for being here. I don't have it all. Do I portray a role of having it all together? Have I crossed all my T's and dotted all my I's? Absolutely. Neither have it. So at the same time, since I'm here, since I am a thought provoker, since I am here to provoke thought, cause minds to shift in order for us to become the best version of ourselves that we can become, then we might as well go ahead. Thank y'all for chiming in with me. I almost let what she said discourage me. I almost let what she said prevent me from coming. I almost let what she said stagnate my whole progress. So I'm here this morning to say, don't let anyone talk you out of your destiny. There are destiny zappers. There are people that will drain you of your energy, of your frequency, of your vibration. They're leeches. They'll prevent you from becoming creative. I gotta go, y'all. Thank y'all for chiming in with me this morning. I am Kendrick B. Davis.